It started in 1997 with a book called Deja Dead, and 23 books later, here we are. Kathy Reichs' latest novel is Evil Bones, and we're very happy to have her joining us from the Carolinas. You're in Charlotte today?
I'm in Charlotte, North Carolina, yes.
Okay, fair enough then. First of all, congratulations on the 24th book in the Temperance Brenne series.
Thank you. Thank you. 24. Who'd have thought?
Well, there's the, I guess an easy way to start this off. It's when you began your writing career, and for people who may not know, you split your time between being in the United States, but also being a forensic anthropologist in Montreal as well. So you've been across the border a few times, and you have some Canadian connections there. But at what point did you say this will turn into a career beyond what my scientific career is?
The writing versus the forensic anthropologist versus the faculty professor at a university.
Yeah.
I guess I wrote the first book in secret, really. I didn't tell anybody I was writing it because, in a science department, you're not supposed to be writing novels. But it did well. And then I think I signed a contract for 5 books after that. And then at that point, I figured, I really better take a sabbatical. The university was very kind. They gave me a sabbatical. I ran that for 7 years and then finally said, maybe I have to retire and just be a writer full time. Well, writer and forensic scientist.
A writer and forensic science and television producer, because Bones was the longest scripted series in Fox television history. Maybe not for animated stuff, because The Simpsons has a lot of records. But let's talk about Evil Bones. This book starts off with this jumping off point is animal cruelty. Have you ever come across that as someone who's been dealing with your forensic anthropology
I have
studies?
Had cases that would come to my lab, because when the average person, even law enforcement, find remains, if they're just bones or they're badly decomposed or they're burned or mummified, they may not know if it's human or not. So often things would come to my lab and turn out to be animal. So I have had cases of animal carcasses, I guess.
And one of your characters is a big advocate against animal cruelty. Is that something that's a part of Kathy Reichs' raison d'etre as well?
Well, it's something I feel very strongly about. And that's why I decided to use it as a theme. Each of the books has kind of a theme to it. And that's why I decided to use animal cruelty in this book, animal abuse, killing of animals. We start off with the killing of an animal.
Now, I'm just in terms of 24 different books, Skinny Slidell doesn't show up in every book. But when do you decide where a recurring character can recur again?
Part of it is geography. The books tend to shift between Charlotte, the Carolinas, and Quebec, Montreal. So if it's the Montreal end, then it will be Claudel or some of the detectives up there. If it's the Carolina end, it's got to be Skinny. I think Skinny's my favorite character, actually.
Fair enough. Hey, we are just out of time. We would love to spend more time with you, but we are running out of it. And so thank you so much for this. Evil Bones is the latest book by Kathy Reichs, and we want to say thank you again for your time today.
Thank you for having me.